Hello everyone, good evening. So welcome to Career Launcher. I'm Shashank and today we are going to talk about quantitative aptitude, CAT 25 arithmetic, time, speed, distance, previous year question series. So this is the second session of time, speed, distance. We have already done one session last week. So if you haven't watched that session, kindly it is advisable that go and watch that video. So now let's start what kind of questions we have got. So in this session, we are going to mainly talk about races and trains. So what does this question says? This question says that in 10-kilometer race, A, B, C, each running at uniform speed, okay, they get gold, silver, and bronze is respectively. So respectively means A gets gold, means A wins, A is the first guy, B is the second guy, and C is the third person. So A is the fastest, B is second fastest, C is third fastest. Okay. Now it says that A beats B by 1 kilometer. Okay. So it means in the time A travels 10 kilometers, B travels 9 kilometers. So ratio of speed of A and B becomes 10:9. Okay. And B beats C by 1 kilometer. Okay. So when B covers 10 kilometers, C covers 9 kilometers. Okay. So then by how many meters does A beat C? Okay. And that's the question we have. So what I'm going to do, what is the ratio of speed of A and B? So ratio of speed of A and B is 10/9. Okay. What is the ratio of speed of B and C? Then we can say 10/9. Okay. So this is the ratio of speeds. That's what we have, right? So if ratio of speed is 10/9 and ratio of speed is 10/9, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply both. So A by B into B by C is equal to 10/9 into 10/9, right? So this is cancels out, and we can say it's 100 upon 81. Okay. So it means in the time, so ratio of speed is 100 and 100 to 81. It means in the time it travels a distance of 100 kilometers. In the same time, C travels a distance of 81 kilometers, right? But instead of distance being 100, distance is 10. So in the time, A covers a distance of 10, C covers a distance of 8.1, right? So basically, A beats C by 1.9 kilometers, and that's the answer. But if you look at this question, does this question have options? This question doesn't have any options, right? So it means this is a question. This is a theta question, right? In theta question, your answer cannot be in decimal. So your answer cannot be 1.9 kilometers. So read the question carefully. It says by how many meters, right? So your answer cannot be 1.9 kilometers. You have to convert 1.9 into meters. So 1.9 into 1000 is going to be 1900. It means A beats C by 1900 meters, and that's going to be the answer of this question. So always remember, whenever you have a question of theta, in theta your answer can never be in decimal. So if you are getting the answer in decimal, kindly read the question again. You might be missing out something. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? So if anyone has any doubt, you didn't understand anything, so a humble request to all of you, kindly type your doubts in the chat box and I'll take your doubts. So let's get on to this question. What does it say? It says in a race of 3 horses, so I have total of 3 horses, the first beat second by 11 meters. Okay, it means let's call the horses ABC. So when A reaches here, at this point, B is 11 meters behind A. Okay. And A beats third by 90 meters. It means C, that is the third horse, that is 90 meters behind. It means 79 meters behind B. Okay. So distance between A and B is 11. Distance between B and C is 79. At this point of time, B is 79 meters ahead of C. Okay. So this is what we have. Now, in second, if the second beat third by 80 meters, it means B beats C by 80 meters. Okay. So when B reaches here, C is somewhere here, 80 meters behind. And question is talking about uh, what is the length of the race course. Okay. So there is one thing that I can say. I can assume the length of the race course is L. So ratio of his speed. So when B is at this point, means B is going to cover a distance of L minus 11. C is going to cover a distance of L minus 90. So ratio of speed of B and C is going to be this. Okay. Now when B reaches here, means B covers a distance of L. C covers a distance of L minus 80. And we can just equate both the values, just cross multiply, we can get the value of L. But this is not a very good approach. So we are not solving this question by using that approach. Okay. So what approach we are going to take? So if you look at this particular point, B is 79 meters ahead of C. Okay. And B has 11 meters to run. Okay. Right. And B ran 11 meters and the gap increased by 1 meter. So here the gap was 79, here the gap is 80. So the gap increased by 1 meter by running 11 meters, right? So to create a gap of 80 meters, how much B needs to run? B needs to run 880 meters. So it means the total length that B is going to cover is going to be the length of the race course. So answer of this question is directly going to be 880 meters. You don't have to think much. You can directly get the answer. I'll explain once more that B is 79 meters ahead of C and still we need to run 11 meters. B ran 11 meters and gained 1 meter. So to gain 1 meter, B needs to run 11 meters. So to gain 80 meters, we need to run 880 meters and that's going to be the total length of the race course. I hope everyone understood this question. Now let's move on to the next one. So what does it says? Okay. Now, what is second question? What is third question? It says that two ants A and B starts from point P on a circle at the same time. Okay. So both of them are starting from the same point. With A moving clockwise and B moving anti-clockwise. Okay, fair point. So A is going like this clockwise, B is going like this anti-clockwise. If they meet first time at 10 a.m., when A has covered 60% of the track. Okay. So let's assume length of the racetrack is 100. Okay. So A is reaching at 60. Okay. So let me erase it. So A covers a distance of 60 and both of them are starting at the same time. At 10 a.m., A has covered 60 and B has covered 40 and they are meeting. So what is the ratio of speed of A is to B? I can directly say it is 60 is to 40 or I can say it is going to be 3 is to 2, right? So it means the ratio of speed of A is to B is 3 is to 2. This is the first conclusion I am drawing, right? Okay. Now it says if A returns to P at 10:12. Okay. So it means A is going to cover a distance of 40 in 12 minutes because A is here at 10 o'clock. In 10:12 he reaches here again. So A is going to cover a distance of 40 in 12 minutes. Right. So so basically what is the time taken by A? That is 12 minutes to cover a distance of 40. So basically what is going to happen? The ratio of speed is 3 is to 2. So ratio of time is going to be 3 is to 2. 2 is to 3. Okay. So to cover a distance of 40, A is going to take 12 minutes. Right. So to cover a distance of 40, how much time B is going to take? B is going to take 18 minutes. Right. So to cover a distance of 40, B is going to take 18 minutes to cover a distance of 20. B is going to take 9 minutes to cover a distance of 60. B is going to take 27 minutes, right? So at 10 o'clock, B is here, and it needs to cover a distance of 60. So how much time B is going to take to cover a distance of 60? That's going to be 27 minutes. So at 10 o'clock, B is here, so it is going to take 27 minutes. So after 27 minutes, after 10, B is going to reach P again. So answer of this question is going to be option B. I hope everyone understood the approach. So whenever we solve a question of TSD, don't try to make equations because they are going to be very lengthy. So just go by the basic logic of proportionality, that speed is directly proportional to distance and speed is inversely proportional to time if distance is constant. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it say? Okay. Now it says that John, so what does this question says? Okay, so it says John jogs on a track at a speed of 6 and Mary jogs on a track at 7.5. Okay, the total length of the track of A and B is 325 meters. Okay, so I'm talking about track A and we are talking about track B. This track is going to be traveled by John. This track is going to be traveled by Mary. So this is the question. Okay. Length of the both tracks is 325. Okay. So track A, length of the track is X. I don't know, whatever it is. So it is X. So what is the length of track B? 325 minus X. Okay. While John makes 9 rounds of track A, Mary makes 5 rounds of track B. So 9 rounds of track A is 9x. 5 rounds of track B is 5 times 325 minus x. Okay. And both the times are equal. So John is covering this much distance with a speed of 6. Now you might think that why I'm not converting kilometers per hour to meter per second. It's not that needed. So I'm not doing it. Because here also I'm going to take in the denominator, I'm taking speed in kilometer per hour. So you have nothing to worry about, right? So so time taken by John to cover 9x is 9x upon 6, and time taken by Mary to cover this distance is going to be 5 times this upon 7.5, right? So I'm just equating it. Okay. So this is going to be 4, this is going to be 5 cancels out. So what I'm going to get, 9x is equal to 1300 minus 4x. Okay, so it is going to be 13x is equal to 1300. So x comes out to be 100. Okay. So length of the track A is 100. So length of the track B is going to be 225. Okay. Now question is saying how many seconds Mary will take to one round of track A. Okay. So what is the speed of Mary? That is 7.5 kilometer per hour. Okay. So now I need to convert this distance into meter per second. So I'm going to multiply it by 5 by 18. So speed of Mary is this. It needs to, it is taking some time and it is going to cover a distance of 100. Tracking, right? That's what she's doing. Okay. So what I am going to do, so it is remove decimal, put 10. It is going to be what I can cancel it by 3. So it is going to be 6. It is going to be 25. Okay. So T is going to be 1000 into 6 divided by 125. Cancel it. It comes out to be 8. 8 into 6 is going to be 48. So time taken comes out to be 48 seconds. Okay. Now you might think that I'm converting kilometer per hour into meter per second over here, and I'm not converting it here. Okay. Why so? Because this 6 This value is kilometer per hour. This value is also kilometer per hour. So if you see, unit is also going to be cancelled out. So here it won't make a difference. Or if you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, so you are going to do 5 by 18 here. You are also going to do 5 by 18 here. So eventually 5 by 18 is going to be cancelled out. So you don't need to worry about it, because eventually it will be cancelled out. So instead of converting kilometer per hour to meter per second here, I am converting only here, because that's going to be my final answer. So I hope you understood that every time you see kilometer per hour, you don't need to convert it into meter per second. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it say? It says two persons are walking besides a railway track at respectively speed of 2 and 4 in the same direction. Okay. A train came from behind and crossed them in 90 and 100 meter per second. Okay. So what I'm going to do? So I am going to say length of the speed is L. Okay. So what happens when we talk about trains? Okay. When train crosses a person or a train crosses a lamppost, so what does it cross? It crosses its own length, right? When a train crosses a platform, what does it cross? It crosses its own length as well as it crosses the length of the platform, right? So that's what train does. If two trains passes each other, what do they cross? They cross the length of each other, right? Now, two people are going like this in the same direction. Train is coming from here, again from behind in the same direction, and it is crossing both of them. This person is going with a speed of 2, this person is going with a speed of 4. Okay. And let's say speed of the train is v. Okay. So what is, when the train is crossing this person, what is the length it is going to cross? Let's say L. Okay. And if it is crossing this person, it means it must be crossing with the relative speed. What is the relative speed? V minus 2. Okay. Let's keep it in kilometer per hour only. What is the time? That is 90. Okay. When it is crossing another person, then what is the speed? V minus 4. Relative speed, because direction is same. How much time it is taking? 100. Okay. So basically it is going to be V minus 2 into 90, and that's equal to V minus 4 into 100. Okay. So this cancels out. So from here I am going to get 9V minus 18, and that's equal to 10V minus 40. So from here I can say that V is going to be 22. So speed of the train is 22. Then it says the time taken by train in seconds to cross this in the nearest. So what is the length? Length is going to be, I can say that length is going to be what? V minus 2 means 22 minus 2 is 20 into 90. Okay, so that is the length. I can't multiply these two things because unit here and unit here is not equal. Here unit is kilometer per hour and this unit is in seconds. Okay. But what do I need to calculate? I need to calculate time, right? So time is going to be, distance is 20 into 90. Okay. And the speed is what? 22, right? So basically this is in kilometer per hour, this is also in kilometer per hour, so both values are going to be cancelled out. So eventually my answer is going to be in seconds only, because this, the unit of this 90 is in seconds, right? So this is going to be 10, this is going to be 11, so it is going to be 900 upon 11. So this value comes out to be 81 point something, close to that. So my answer of this question is going to be option D. Now 82 is not, I'm not getting accurate value of 82. Even if you solve this, you won't get value of 82. So you might think your answer is wrong. No. Why not? Because the question is talking about nearest to, right? So question itself is saying you are not going to get a different definite answer. Your job is to round it off and get the answer. So what I'm doing, I am getting something, I am rounding it off, then I'm getting the answer. I hope everyone understood over here. Now let's start the next one. What does it say? So just now I told that when two trains crosses each other, the length of this is going to be the distance they cross is going to be L1 plus L2, that is the length of both. So now there are two trains. They cross each other in 14 seconds while running in opposite direction. Okay, along with parallel tracks. Okay. The faster train is 160 meters long and crosses. It's not roses. It crosses the lamppost in 12. So speed of faster train is going to be 160 upon 12 meter per second. Okay. If the speed of another train is 6 kilometer less than the faster one. Okay. So speed of the slower train is going to be 160 by 12 minus 6 into 5 by 18. Okay. So this is going to be 3. So it is going to be 160 by 12 minus 15 upon 12. So this comes out to be 145 divided by 12. That's going to be the speed of the slower train. Okay. And one train is going like this, second train is going like this. Speed of the faster train is going to be 160 by 12. Speed of the slower train is 145 by 12. Relative speed, so added. Okay. So total, so this is going to be speed into time taken is 14. That is equal to total distance, that is L1 plus L2. So L1 is 160, L2 I need to find out, right? So what I'm going to get over here, it is going to be 200 and 305 divided by 12 into 14, and that's equal to 160 plus L2. Okay, so this is going to be 7, this is going to be what? 6. Okay, so what I will be getting, am I going to get something right? 6. Oh, I made a mistake. It is not 15 by 12, it is 20 by 12. Oh, so it is 140. Okay. So it should be 140, it should be 300 into 7 upon 6. Okay. So what I'm going to get, 2100 is equal to 960 plus 6L2. Okay. Or what I'm doing it right wrong. It is directly I can do it by 50. So 50 into 7 is going to be what? 350. 350 is equal to 160 plus L2. So L2 directly comes out to be 190. That is the length of the slower train. I can easily get the answer. Basically, I think I made a lot of calculation errors in this question. So that's the reason I have taken it longer. But generally, this question is not that difficult. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it say? Okay. Anil, Sunil, and Ravi run along a circular path of 3 kilometers. Okay. Okay. And they run in the clockwise direction. Okay. If they run at a speed of, so Anil, speed is 15, Sunil, speed is 10, and Ravi, speed is 8. Okay. So basically, how much distance will Ravi have to run? Ravi will run when Anil and Sunil meet again at the starting point. What is the ratio of speed of Anil and Sunil? That is 3:2. It means in the time, Anil is going to cover 3 rounds. In the same time, Sunil is going to cover 2 rounds. That's what question says. Right. And they are going to meet at the starting point. Anil is going to make 3 rounds, Sunil is going to make 2 rounds, and they are going to meet at the starting point. Okay. So 2 rounds means how many kilometers Sunil is going to run? That is 6 kilometers. In 6 kilometers, Sunil, how much time Sunil is going to take? 6 upon 10, that is 0.6 hours. Now, after 0.6 hours, Sunil and Anil are going to meet at the starting point. Now, what question is saying? Question is saying in the same time, how much Ravi will run? So Ravi is running. Ravi is not meeting. Question is saying Ravi is running. But Ravi is running. Right. When these two people meet, how much he has run? right? So basically they are going to meet in 0.6 hours, and the speed of Ravi is 8. So how much Ravi is going to run? That's going to be 4.8. So answer of this question is going to be option B. That's going to be 4.8. So this is what we are going to do in this question. This question is not lengthy, not difficult, just a little tricky. I would say language was a little confusing in this question, but it can easily be solved. Okay. So I hope everyone understood something in this session. So if you have any doubt, kindly drop a message in the chat box. We'll respond as soon as possible. And tomorrow we have a session on algebra by Rupen sir. And it is going to be a linear equation, and linear equation is extremely important topic from the point of view of CAT or any other OMET. And we have launched our test series. We also have a Blackie batch that has a guaranteed selection, so kindly check that out. And if any doubts are there, just do ask. I'll be happy to help. Thank you.